all had that moment where we have to, dress up for a special occasion, be it a wedding, be it a friend's party, or a job interview. We all dress up, we all try to look as best we can. But the one thing that most people forget to do, most guys forget to do at least, is iron their shirt. I was one of those people. Showed up at my brother's wedding with a shirt on, and I was one of the groomsmen. It was an outdoor wedding, and so we didn't have a jacket on. I show up, and I'm standing up there, and I think I look good. I'm matching with everybody else. I'm just standing up there, listening. There's pictures going off, tons of pictures, and at the end, Mom goes, "Were you sweating or something?" And I was like, "No, why?" She's like, "Your shirt was really wrinkly." And I said, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I didn't know it was that noticeable. She said, "Yeah, it was really, really wrinkly." And I was like, "Oh, man." She's like, "Look at all these pictures I took. Hundreds of pictures of me in my wrinkly shirt." And I was just like, "Oh, I didn't think I needed to iron it, And so one of the, according to Reader's Digest, 46% of men over the age of 18 do not know how to iron their shirts. They either take it to the dry cleaners, or they just don't iron them. They say, that's good enough. So today, I'm going to teach you how to iron a shirt. First off, I'm going to teach you what you need to know, what you need to have to iron the shirt. Second, I'm going to show you how to iron the shirt, and then third, I'm going to show you how to inspect the shirt afterwards. See if you need to spot iron again. So, first off, you need an ironing board, most importantly. If you're on the road, most hotels have a foldable one that comes out the wall. The size doesn't matter. You could have a smaller one because you could always move the shirt around. And just make sure it has these little vents at the bottom. Not sure if you can see it, so that when the steam comes out, it doesn't get all wet and then nasty. You have to let it dry. Next, you're going to need an iron. This one has steam. This one's kind of cheap. I got this for $20 because this is my own. My mom wouldn't let me use hers. But all you need is a steam feature. If you have a steam feature, you're good. There's $5 irons, there's $10 irons. If they don't have a steam feature, it's not good for you. This one luckily has a spray too. You could bring a spray along to dampen the shirt up, but this one has a spray, so I didn't need that today. You're going to need some water for it. Preferably, you would use filtered water. It doesn't have to be bottled water, because if you use tap water, it builds up minerals in these little holes. And then when you iron, all this white stuff comes out. It's not dirty, it's just icky. So I'm going to fill mine up with a bottle of water. And next, you need to make sure you know what kind of fabric your shirt or your pants are. This shirt, you could read it on the tab, it's right here. This is 100% cotton. So cotton, you need a higher heat setting. Whereas things like polyester and stuff, those are wrinkle-free shirts. You don't need as high a setting. So for this one, I have it on 6, which is max. We're going to burn this puppy up. So, all right, let's get started. First, you want to start off with the actual sleeves. You're going to unbutton the cuffs, because the cuffs are you would think that you're not going to see them, but you do see them. When you shake somebody's hands, you look at the cuff and you're like, oh, gross. So we're going to start off with the cuff. You unbutton it, lay it down flat, do the inside first, seam it up, and then just go from end to end. Go from end to end. Should be good. Then you do the outside of the cuff. Don't go over the buttons, because it loosens the thread or strand on the button, whatever it's called. And then you're going to have to ask Angie to teach you how to put your button. So cuff on that one's good. Move to the next one. The cuffs are easy. You'd think they'd be hard, but they're easy. Just make sure you press on the back part of it, because if you press on the front, you're going to end up with creases like I did right here. Did that on purpose, obviously. Just go from end to end again, and then just do the outside of it. Don't go over the buttons. Now let's move on to the sleeves. The sleeves are a little tricky if you have like a thicker fabric like cotton, but if you can get the creases to line up on both ends, then you don't need to do the back end. Should be good. Just doing the front. So we're going to go from the cuff. Don't button up the cuffs. And don't burn yourself. Okay, I missed it. Just go all the way up to the shoulder, to the armpit area, the front, the back. I didn't line it up that good, so we're going to have to do the back too. Just steam it up. Make sure you put plenty of steam. It doesn't matter if the shirt feels damp. It's better to have a wrinkle-free shirt than to have like a slightly damp shirt that nobody's going to feel unless they hug you. You want to be hugging people in a job interview. Just go ahead and iron from the shoulder to the cuff again. Make sure you put pressure on the back because the back is the flattest. You know? It's going to steam in front and then you're going to put pressure on the back. See, this side came out a little better on the front, so I don't have to do the front. Next we're going to move on to the collar. The collar is very important because it's the most visible part. When you're talking to somebody, they're looking at you in the face, you're going to notice your collar. So you need to make sure your collar is wrinkle-free. Just again, go from end to end. Put as much steam as you can on the collar. Do one side, and then we're going to move on to the other side. Now, when you fold the collar down, you don't want to get like a full I don't know how to describe it, but like a hard fold. You want it to be kind of like delicate around the front. So all we're going to do is we're going to, once it's folded, we're just going to iron the middle of it. Plenty of steam on it, just the middle. It should come down nice like that. That way it's not a tough fold right here, but it is back here. Next we're going to move on to the front and the back of the shirt. And because you did it in this order, it's going to be much easier because all you got to do is you got to button the top button on. Button up. And you're going to slide it in, kind of like that. And it's better to do it this way because all you have to do is kind of just rotate the shirt around. It's going to save you time and it's much easier because you're not ironing double layers, which will make you have to go back and do it again. So again, do the top, do the shoulder area, and near your face. You got to make sure that's flat. Go ahead and move on to the back. Again, use plenty of steam. Don't be stingy with the steam. Water is not that expensive. And if, let's say you have a really tough wrinkle right here, this you could use your spray or you could use this little spray thingy. See, it's pretty cool. $20. You can see that. The water has some water stain. I mean, the shirt has some water stains, but that doesn't matter because again, it's water. It's not gonna stain your shirt. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Make sure you get all the areas. And then, kind of messed up a little because I was supposed to use the yoke of the shirt first before I did the actual body, but that's okay. There's no real set and standard order on how to iron your shirt. But just do the yoke, and that's going to be like this back part of the shirt. If you're wearing a jacket, don't worry too much about it, but still you got to do it because you never know. So there you go. Shirt's ironed. You're going to get your hanger. Just put it on there. Just bring the shirt up. Make sure, there's some wrinkles there. Some wrinkles here. Collar looks good. Sleeves somewhat look good. Around the maybe armpit area, you're going to need to do it again. Just go ahead and go back and do it again. And just make sure you do it in the same style. You don't want to overlay one side of the shirt with the other. And okay, so in this speech, I showed you how to iron a shirt. I showed you what you're going to need to iron the shirt. I showed you how to iron the shirt, and then I